What a day. What a night.
Remember that scene in Bridesmaids where they have the Jordan?
Do I?
I love it so much.
So, first of all, I love that movie. As I know, you also love that movie.
Yes.
The big scene that everyone talks about, that's like the gross out scene, is my least favorite part of the entire movie. Everything else in the movie is way more hilarious. But I do love
the Jordan
when she puts that Jordan almond in her mouth and she's just like,
actually, I'm hungry.
Yeah. And she's like, oh, really? Here, eat. And then she's like sweating and she's like pale. And she's like, bites. And it's you can hear it crunch. Oh, it's so bad. I love Jordan almonds, though.
They're great. What are they? Just like candy coated? Okay.
Yeah, they're candy coated almonds.
Do we know why they're called Jordan, or do we not know?
You know what? I don't know. And it's one of those things where I was tempted to look it up, and then I was like, no.
Somebody tell us.
I want it to be a mystery. I never want to know. Don't tell me.
Okay, tell me.
Tell her.
I'm gonna pour you some wine.
She won't tell me.
I won't.
I know.
I'll keep it to myself. But I want to know.
So tell me. Thank you. So we just finished an episode, a very exciting episode that's going to come out on Monday.
That was fun.
Ooh, it's going to be a good one.
It is going to be a good one.
So until then, what are we talking about now? Oh, also let's...
Oh, cheers.
Cheers, darling.
Sauvignon Blanc.
Ooh,
it's good.
Grapey.
It's got a kick.
This wine is grapey. No, it's good.
See, you say that, and then you're always right. I say whatever fruit, and then it's like, that's the opposite.
No, it's kind of like lemony.
That's exactly right. Meyer lemon.
Really? Is that what it says?
Yep. Meyer lemon, white nectarine, and key lime. Okay, integrate with grapefruit, gooseberry, and citron. Why are there so many things? I can't.
Gooseberry?
I don't like that.
Who ever heard of a gooseberry?
Nobody.
Okay.
Okay.
What are we talking about?
We're talking about cusps.
Cusps.
I was thinking that would be like hard for, like, that's a hard word for people to hear.
Cusps.
Cusps.
So there's controversy around cusps, right?
Yes.
Don't start with the Norma Desmond. Don't start.
It happened and you did it first.
I know, but I'm like, now we're just going, it's like transcending all boundaries. Like
she does transcend.
She transcends always. She's one of the greats. The greats. Don't make them like this anymore.
Talk. That's what we do.
Oh, we do.
She would judge us. She'd hate us. I was thinking that when we were watching it. I was like, she would hate us. We're the epitome of what she was talking about.
I know.
She was like, we didn't have to talk. We had faces.
Yeah.
We have faces.
We do have faces.
We have pretty good faces.
I think they're okay.
But we talk.
A lot.
Talk out of them.
I know. Anyway.
Should we do a silent movie episode?
Oh, that's amazing.
Then have the little things.
That's a really good idea.
We'll think about that.
Or maybe it's a horrible idea. Anyways, we're talking about cusps. And there's controversy surrounding cusps in the astrology world.
Yes.
So the controversy essentially is some people believe in them and some people don't believe in them.
Right.
And some of those people would be wrong.
Yeah.
Wrong. Dead wrong. Because...
Yeah, go on.
Cusps are real. Cusp means it's a time period where the signs are transitioning from one to the next.
Yes.
So any two signs that are next to each other, that space in the middle of them is a cusp. Mm-hmm. So you can consider the cusp to be the day that it changes, because at some minute it changes from Leo to Virgo, or from Aquarius to Pisces, or whatever it is. But because it changes at one time, some people say, well, that's it. It's this, and then it changes, and it's that.
Yeah.
And so I don't believe in cusps because it's just, that's the change, and it's just black and white. Mm-hmm. However.
Yeah, because, that part we will concede. There is a specific concrete time, because the sun cannot be in two signs at once. That is not how it works.
Nope.
So there is a concrete time that it does change. But as we know, every time we talk about coming out of retrograde, every time we talk about, certain seasons we're coming into, out of, whatever, there is spillover, there's bleed over, there's things coloring other things.
Yes.
Like it just doesn't make sense for it to be just like cut off, done, nothing. That doesn't contribute at all. Like,
So the cusp period, which generally they kind of will give, 5 days before to 5 days after, up to, depending, kind of on different factors. And it really represents a blending of the two energies. Like, as you can imagine, if you were adding, white paint into black paint.
Yeah.
And you have various shades of gray as you are adding more of that white in.
Yeah, for sure. And, this is also, if you are someone who's like, well, it still doesn't make sense, or I still don't like identify with this and stuff, it's even more reason to do your due diligence to try to have your specific birth time as accurate as you can down to the minute, so that you can see the full picture. Because again, your sun sign, it's part of it, but it's not the most important at all. There's all kinds of factors. And if, you're looking at the planets, and especially the ones that are very close to the sun, this is why sometimes people feel that cusp energy and they don't know why. Because like your Mercury could be in one of the adjacent signs around your sun sign, and particularly if you're in that kind of cusp region, that's likely true. So that's influencing who you are, your whole picture, and that's adding to it.
100%. And I firmly know people who fall into those cusp regions, and they 100% embody something very different than more purely the one sign or the other.
Absolutely.
So I don't know if you have any other words to convince people, but cusps are real. They're a real thing. And I will fight anyone on it. I'm not fighting anyone, but I will fight you on it.
Yeah.
Don't try me. Please don't try me.
Yeah. Nope. I have no other words to convince anyone. People can believe what they want to believe.
If they want to be wrong, they can.
That's fine. And I will say the only thing I'll add about cusps is when we're talking about that's one way of looking at cusps. You'll see cusps come up in astrology when people are talking about houses. It's a different thing.
Oh, that is true.
Different thing.
That is true.
That's how they divide up the houses and where signs start in the certain houses. That's a completely different thing. And that's actually like not even really a scientific thing, because it's just the way they decided to cut up that pie.
Well, I know. And that has its own controversy, which we may comment on in another segment.
Another time.
But until now, I feel like we need to finish these classes.
Yes, please.
And we need to go to bed.
Yes, please.